Hey guys, this is the Spares, and this is part 2 of the top 5 Getaway cars. As you can tell, I'm not JCD21 who did the first part of this video, but let's get into it. Okay, so the first car we're going to do is the Ubermatch Oracle, and generally this car is brilliant across the board. Great handling, great acceleration, great traction. The speed, I would say it is comparable to Exemplar and the Sultan, if not better. And those cars, well, the Sultan's a sports car, so it's got great speed. And the Exemplar is also, I would say, the best in its class. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that none of these cars are in any particular order, so it's not like rated 1 to 5 or anything, it's just these are the best cars. And all these cars you see have bulletproof tires, and I think all of them have turbo on them as well. So I'm running out of time here, so two quick things to note is there's two versions of the Oracle. This is the newer second generation, and they can be rarely found on the streets, and they can be bought on one of the online websites for, can't remember how much. Okay, so the next video you're going to see is the Obey Tailgater, which is Michael's car. The speed of this car is pretty good. I mean, out of all the four-door cars, I would say it's one of the best. Easily holds its own against all the other cars that you're going to see here today and in the last video. Yeah, the handling, I would say, is superb on both road and rough terrain. As you can see, I'm taking some of these corners quite easily. The traction is great. The braking is brilliant. I only have to slightly tap the brake button to get around this corner. So yeah, and where you can find this car, I mean, it's quite difficult. It was quite difficult to find until they put it on the website. Can't remember. Is the Southern Autos, the non supercars website? That's the one it's on. Yeah, I can't remember how much it costs, but if you want to find it just out in the streets, you have to wait until you get a text from Simeon to get this car. The car has to be specifically on the list. In which then it will be at the can spawn at the golf course. I mean, you just have to keep driving around the golf course as I did. It took me quite a while to get this car. This is before it was on the website, so I didn't have the option of buying it. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this car. Although I will say, in my opinion, this is the worst out of all the cars I showed today. So I would probably pick one of the other cars to be my getaway car in heists. I mean, and this car is good, and I like it. It's just I don't think it holds its own against. Well, it does hold its own. I just think the other ones have that slight edge and advantage over this one. So yep. Next one, the Something Felon, which is the third car on our list, and well, JCD21 doesn't like this car very much. I say it's very nice. He says it's hairdresser's car. I put it in the list because I think it's very good all around. It's faster than the Oracle, only just, but I would say it is better than the Oracle in many ways. The handling's better, the speed's better, the acceleration's better. So I prefer this over the Oracle. So there's two versions of this car. There's this one, which is the four-door car, and there's the convertible version, which only has two doors, of course, as for some reason you can't use the back in convertibles in GTA. Places where you can find this car is online. You can find both versions of it there. I would go for the four-door version, simply because 4 people in it. You can find it around Los Santos, I'm pretty sure, just on the streets. Rarely though, like this is off the streets, this car I'm driving right now, but generally I wouldn't bet on finding it. I would just buy it off the store. And if I had to pick, this would be my pick for heists. Okay, so the next and last car on our list is the Bravado Buffalo S, which is the sports version of the Bravado Buffalo, which is a sedan, and this is a sports car. Along with the Sultan, it's one of the only sports cars with 4 doors on it, which is really good because it's really fast, it has great acceleration. I'm not sure how it compares to the Oracle and the Felon, but I would say it's just as good as those two cars, about just as good as those two cars. Its acceleration is great, its handling is great on all terrain, its speed is that of a sports car, so that's good as well. And I would say you should get the sports version instead of the normal version, because the sports version, I would say, is just much faster, much better all around, much better handling, acceleration, all that. This is also Franklin's car, so I thought that was worth mentioning. I will also say that 2 other video cars that didn't make it into the list were the Baller and the Super Diamond. I thought they'd be good, they weren't as good as I thought they were. I got the footage for them and just didn't bother putting it in. They just didn't handle like I thought they would. But as JC221 was saying, there might be a part 3 to this video, so stay tuned and goodbye.